Hey everyone, today, let's talk about a word we often toss around, belief. But have you ever thought about whether our understanding of this word might have been, well, a bit misunderstood from the very start? Today, we're going to rediscover belief together what its true power actually is. When we say I believe, what does that actually represent? It sounds simple, right? But what if I told you that the belief we usually imagine might only be the tip of the iceberg? Or perhaps even a total misconception. Alright, let's first look at the most popular and mainstream version of belief, the one that sounds beautiful and full of hope. This sounds super familiar, doesn't it? It's basically what we often hear about, like the law of attraction or manifestation. It's as if as long as you sincerely believe, the universe will conspire to help you. Wow, sounds great. But is it really that simple? We really need to stop and think for a moment. If simply labeling something and making a wish were enough to succeed, then what are we working so hard for every day? If the world really operated this way, it would be too wonderful. So wonderful that it feels a bit unreal. So, the real challenge begins right here. Okay, so next, we're going to draw a very critical line. What exactly is true belief? And what is merely a delusion detached from reality? Let's use some extreme examples to pop this beautiful bubble. This example is extreme, but it's super clear. Imagine a person who has never studied medicine. He is bursting with confidence and tells you, I believe I can perform heart surgery on you. Would you dare let him? You've got to be kidding, right? In this situation, believing is not only completely useless, it could even kill someone. So, this is not belief at all. It is pure fantasy. Similarly, the same logic applies to the business world. If a person knows nothing about online marketing and doesn't even understand what their product is, even if he gives himself a pep talk every day saying, I believe I will definitely succeed, what do you think the result will be? Of course, it will still be failure. So you see, a belief that has no knowledge or capability to support it honestly. How is it any different from superstition? So looking at this contrast, it becomes very clear. The delusion on the left is like a mirage in the sky, beautiful, but completely impractical. The true belief on the right is like a lighthouse built on a solid foundation that is grounded in reality and can truly guide our direction. Wow, that's a pretty heavy statement, but honestly, it hits the nail on the head. It tells us a core fact. True belief can never be separated from profound understanding. Well, here comes the question. What exactly does a true belief based on understanding look like? Since we have overturned the hollow concept, let's now use a wonderful metaphor to rebuild a definition of belief. To possess belief is to see the tree within the seed. The focus of this sentence is not just seeing the final big tree, not just seeing the result. More importantly, you must be able to understand the entire process. True belief isn't just seeing the seed on the far left and jumping straight to the result on the far right. It's not like that. Instead, you have a complete blueprint in your mind. You can clearly see the entire path. How this seed is going to germinate, how it grows its roots, then how it grows its stem and spreads its branches and leaves, all the way until it finally blossoms and bears fruit. You understand every single step in between perfectly. So, this is our brand new definition of belief. It is not a vague feeling, nor is it as simple as making a wish. It is a capability based on thorough insight of profound understanding that allows you to see the complete process of a thing from start to finish. When we begin to understand belief in this way, you will find that our entire mindset toward things will change completely. The next two metaphors, the master and the slave, will show us just how massive this transformation is. This metaphor is super interesting. Think about it. A person who doesn't understand gardening might think that leaving things alone is the easiest way, just let it fend for itself. But for a master gardener, he actually feels that taking good care of it is easier. Hey, isn't that strange? Why is it the other way around? The answer lies right here. Because the master gardener, relying on his knowledge, sees more than just a plant. He can clearly see the future potential of this plant. How beautiful the flowers it can bloom will be, and how sweet the fruit it can bear. So, to ask him to watch all of this go to waste, because of his own negligence to him, that is an unbearable kind of pain. Alright, the next metaphor is a bit more complex. The slave mentioned here doesn't mean the literal word. It's a metaphor. It is used to compare the huge chasm between having knowledge and not having knowledge. The core argument here is this. we often feel it's all the environment's fault when pressure is high. Things are annoying us if we are enslaved by our environment. But the true shackles are actually our own ignorance. Just like a person who is illiterate, if you throw him into the best library in the world, to him, those books full of knowledge are just a pile of waste paper. Similarly, when we lack the power of understanding, we cannot see the value and growth opportunities hidden within hardships. Alright, synthesizing all the previous discussions from delusion to understanding, from the gardener to the slave, all of this leads us to the final and most critical question. This seed metaphor can be said to be the summary of everything today. You can imagine belief as the shell of a seed, but if the inside of the shell is empty without any knowledge, skills, or plans, then it will forever remain just an empty shell. It cannot possibly sprout. Look at the contrast between these two seeds. It's super obvious. The empty shell on the left is someone who just shouts, "I believe I can succeed," that has a hollow head and no preparation. The result, of course, is failure. So look at the full seed on the right. Its interior is filled with knowledge, plans, and skills. Only a seed like this has the possibility to take root, sprout, and truly grow. So I'll leave this final question to everyone. After we have understood the true essence of belief, we should all reflect for a moment. When we say "I believe," is our seed of belief a full one that is ready to sprout? Or is it just an empty shell waiting to be popped by reality? This question is truly worth a good thought from each of us.